Welcome to Shade and the City. I am your girl Treese.
It's Nels.
And today, y'all, we are here to do our recap. Early recap. Aren't you having the same night, y'all? The same damn night. At the same damn. Okay. But yeah,
make the views go up. Get the views up.
Yes, please,
The
please.
likes up.
Right. If you haven't already, Shade Squad, all of our new viewers, y'all go ahead and hit that like button for us.
And that subscribe button.
And we are getting into the life that happens after the lockup. It is season 5, episode 50. So this is the season finale. And it's called Love is Sacrifice. So yeah, y'all, we appreciate you being here with us. As y'all know, I didn't realize they was hitting us back to back. Okay. So we're jumping into Love During Lockup next week. I thought they would have gave us a little bit of break, maybe to the new year, but they said, nah, y'all gonna get this work.
They're literally like 90 day.
No, yeah, they really are getting like 90 day. But anyway, y'all. So yeah, let's get into this recap and this finale. And yeah, let's get shady, y'all. Y'all, let's get into Tennie and Rob first. Everybody's favorite. Look at that man. Look at that man. Just look like he love her. You know what I'm saying? So Rob's mom, Miss Kate, she out there still cussing him out and is upset that he can't seem to manage both of his families. She thinks that's a dumbass excuse. Excuse me. I'm sorry. We are not 15 minutes in. Tennie says that it's funny how everyone is so upset that they can't see him, but nobody took the time to see him during his 16 years in prison. And I said, clock it. Clock it. Okay. And Tennie takes an early lunch break to go check on her home and her kids, which is so crazy. She said she came home to check on the house and the kids, but I don't ever think she saw the kids when she got there. But anyway, so his mom comes back outside and asks how they move forward. Rob gets emotional and says that he's still trying to figure things out outside of jail. And so Rob's mom makes it clear that she has no interest in making amends with Tennie because she still feels the way.
She did not say that. She said she don't want to answer.
When production asked her, she said
I don't want to answer that right now.
She said, I still feel the way. What that mean to you? What that mean to you?
She said she don't want to answer right now, though.
And so his mother feels like, her and Rob are left in a better place, and she's hopeful that she can get a couple dollars now. And I said,
that's really what we always knew that's what it was about.
I said, that's terrible that's the first thing that comes to your mind after making up with your son. So Tennie pulls up to the house, and luckily the mom is left already. Thank God.
There was the same thing. Tennie got to the house. Luckily, it was after his mom left.
Right. She goes off on Rob for inviting his mother over without her knowledge. Rob said that he doesn't recall seeing Tennie put her hands on Kate first. And then when production asked her, well, Tennie, did you hit her first? Tennie says, no, I didn't touch her. And let's move on to the next question. And I said, girl,
I wish they had a reunion.
I know, because I really want to know how he feels after he watched the footage.
And what she said, like, she good. She got the gift of gab, boy. But I want to know. Well, I don't remember. I want to know what she said. I want to know what she said when they both sitting there watching it, and the mama was right.
Right. So Rob tries to stress that he wants a relationship with his mom. Tennie doesn't want her over there, and so Rob says that fine, I'll go see my mom every day since she's not welcome in our home. And Tennie walks off because she's pissed off. She just felt like it was messed up for Rob to not disclose to her that he was gonna invite his mama over there with her kids in the house and whatever. And I get it. That's her home. That's her personal space. So I understand that, but it's also his mama. I don't know. I guess maybe they could have met in a public place. I don't know. So she walks off. She's pissed. And he chases after her and tells her that he takes accountability for inviting his mom over. Tennie is still pissed and thinks that Kate basically needs to change before she's willing to accept anything from her. And so he's like, well, if my mom can take accountability, then, are you willing to move forward? And Teenie's like, no, not right now. No, she needs to be able to have a relationship with you first before she can have a relationship with anybody else.
Now, when she said that, I said,
I second that. You don't even have a good relationship with your son. Mm-hmm. So how can I expect you to have a good relationship with me who I'm not related to you? You didn't birth me. I absolutely understand that. And so Rob and Tennie haven't spoken to Kate since filming ended, and Rob finally got his tattoo of his ex removed. And that's how they ended them off.
Yeah, they said removed. Did he get it removed or did he just get it covered up? Because it looked like he was at a tattoo.
The words were removed, but I thought it was
he was at a tattoo shop.
Right.
Well,
all right, let's move on to Nels' favorite. I was so happy that I did not have them for once.
Child, bye.
Can I just say that she is real? What the girl say? She ain't bleach blonde, but she's definitely bad butch body built. Okay. I don't know what it is about. I was telling Nels while we was watching. I said, "Why is everything she puts on looks bad on her?" Mm-mm. And then she talking about how she brought all these sexy clothes. Where, girl? Where?
The clothes might be sexy. They're just not sexy.
No, they're not. No.
They're not sexy on her.
Maybe that's it. I don't know. She look crazy, but go ahead. I'm sorry. This your part.
So it's Daniel and Bianca. Basically, she's like, I think we should go on a date so that we can have a conversation. And of course, he's good with it because he's like, as long as you're spending your money.
Did they go on a date though? Did they go anywhere? It looked like they went to a park or something and just sat down.
Trace, not everybody has to spend crazy buku bucks to date.
You know how I feel about it. If you taking me on a date,
he's already paying all the bills. She can do a free date.
You already know how I feel about a date that don't include no food. If we're gonna go on a date in the park, you better have a picnic basket.
She is literally, well, he should have got it together because she is literally paying for this man's lifestyle.
And I agree with you on that. But I don't believe in no date. It's not a date if we ain't got no food. That's just how I feel. At some point, we got to eat. You got to feed me.
Yeah, when they get back to the house. Because she said, what I'm not about to do is spend no more money on you till I find out.
Okay. Well, that's valid.
Where this conversation is going. I need to know if we walking away or we staying together. Otherwise, I ain't digging in my pocket.
I can go to the bar and drink by myself. I ain't got
and go order my own damn food and leave you home starving. So he clearly knew she might have been ready to walk out because he made sure he put that little $20 ring in his back pocket. Now she said she felt like, she might be wasting her youthful years. Child, ain't nothing useful about you except your mind.
I was gonna say, because was she a 23? She's a hard 23.
She's
hard.
Hunty book. Yeah, only your mentality is useful.
Right.
So this girl told him that, she feels like he regrets asking her to marry him. Why do you feel that way? You're assuming this? He told you this, ma'am. He told you he regret asking you to marry him. But basically, he said it's not so much that he regrets it. He just feels like he jumped the gun and now he's not able to deliver. And then he's like, I don't have anything in my life together and it's messed up, me bringing you into this. And she's like, I'm already here. You already brought me into this. So she feels like it's just a sorry ass excuse. So because he felt pressured, he pulls this cheap ass ring out his back pocket. But did tell her, listen, this is not an engagement ring, ma'am. This is a promise ring to do everything basically that, I need to do as a man. And she said she ain't letting him off that easy and asked, okay, so what are we now? He said, still boyfriend and girlfriend. We're just ordinary people.
What it was for me, hold on, I gotta get off camera real quick. Sorry. But what it was for me is that he played it. She kept, so does this mean that you're promising that you're gonna propose to me? He said, no, that's not what I said.
Yeah, he said, I'm not promising to make promises. He said, boo, this is a promise ring that I'm gonna be a better man.
Right. He said, I said what I said, and I promised that I'm gonna try to work on this relationship.
Exactly. But it don't really even seem to matter because she said she ain't going nowhere. So
basically,
she accepted that little Dollar Tree ring, like she said, and they are moving on. Then they got their own place together. They moved out the rental that she
Pluto's
had. And they
Closet.
got their
It's
own place.
Pluto's Closet or Plato's Closet.
I couldn't remember what the hell it was called, but yeah.
but don't dumb it down to the Dollar Tree.
She said it.
Oh, okay.
That wasn't me. And my thing, but if it was the Dollar Tree, it don't matter because you got it on your finger.
Turning the finger green.
I'm sure it is, but I hope you take it off in the shower, honey.
Right.
Give it a break. Give it a break.
You are so funny. All right, y'all. You done with them, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we moving on to Z and Troy. Okay, I'm so happy to be done with them. I ain't even gonna hold you. Did you notice that they were one of the only couples that weren't, well, not one of the only couples, but they weren't featured in the whole little like, oh, preview the show and ad. I said, I'm sure WeTV is so tired of them that they said, nah, we ain't giving y'all no extra work. We want y'all off.
I didn't notice. They weren't missed.
Right. So Troy is demanding that Yana open the car door. He finds that there's someone else in the car, not his child. And so I think he called her a chicken hater. He said some girl.
I thought it was about to be a dude. I thought it was about to be a dude.
And that's what I would have liked.
Yes, me too. And then he talking about something. Open the door. When I say open the door, you open the door. What? If I was the friend, first of all,
I don't know you. You look, Troy. I know everybody should keep them hands in themselves, but let me tell you, I fight, man. I would have been that. You don't know me like that, sir. And you pulling up on me talking about open the door.
You heard what Yana said. She said, yeah, mess with me. You end up right back in there.
Okay. So basically, he's upset that Yana isn't letting him see baby Troy. Z thinks that Troy didn't do anything wrong. And Yana's just jealous.
Child, when she said that, I said, girl.
So, but this is why if he doesn't really have because again, she does anything to keep him from seeing his daughter, and she supports his poor behavior when he doesn't see her. So it's like he's getting gratification on both. Like
Z get on my damn nerves. First of all, you got all this smoke. Soon as Yana walk away, now you got all this smoke, but you was real hush mouth when she was in your face.
Right.
Yana looked like she would have put it on you, Bookie.
Okay.
I think she know it. They ain't gonna talk about some, it's just jealousy. He didn't do nothing wrong. First of all, he did by marrying your ass. Okay. 2, it was you. It was all your fault.
Your fault. Right.
Ma'am.
And honestly, I ain't even gonna hold you. I don't like her, but I would have had more respect for her if she would have just came out and said to Yana, look, I know I ain't got nothing to do with this, whatever. As far as your co-parenting situation, I know you don't really want to hear from me, but I do want to say that what happened and why the little girl didn't get picked up was I can take accountability for that. I messed up, and that's not on him.
That would take maturity, ma'am.
I know. I'm just telling you what I mean.
And guess what? And the fact, see, that would have been amazing. And then for her to be like, well, whenever Yana is ready to have a conversation with me, it's on you.
Mm-hmm.
You the one out here doing the stupid mess,
right?
It's on you.
So basically, Yana lets him know that. So Z encourages him to go work things out because obviously this is about his daughter. And so, he goes back and talks to Yana. She lets him know the baby Troy will not be coming back to Syracuse. And if he wants to see her, he needs to bring his ass to Buffalo. And I'm right with Yana. And I don't know if y'all know, if y'all go check out what was a video I watched the other day. Shout out to According to Amber. Apparently they still on the internet going back and forth. Yana, Z, and Troy, and it's just a lot of mess. But anyway, so then Z has the nerve to say she feels her lack of relationship with Yana is affecting her marriage. And so Troy is hopeful that he and Yana can work things out because he plans to be with, I remember the name, the viewer called it now, Zelda Zulu for life. Okay. And so then we learned that Z and Troy are planning a real wedding, and Yana now allows baby Troy. Did I read that right? She now allows baby Troy to come to Syracuse to visit, or did I read that wrong?
That's what I have.
Okay. Because like I said, between what's going on right now, because I think maybe after she watched the episode, I think she stopped letting him see her, is the narrative that based off the video that I watched. That's the narrative that I'm getting, that she shut that down again.
I would, so with this wedding update, I would have liked an update on if they making money now. Are we getting funds in? Did we get the funding? Or are we still going off of our savings?
I would love to know if is your son staying at your house or he's still at your mama and daddy house?
Oh shit.
I'm just saying. Go ahead and do these people real quick because
Melissa and Louie.
I'm so happy you got them.
Basically, Louie told his girl, "You a follower, Bookie." He was like, "You get influenced, you got influence, and really, you should have never gone. You should have never went." And she was like, "Oh, I was just going to get insurance. I don't feel like I did any harm."
And not even that. I ain't even gonna hold you, not to cut you off. That kind of bothered me too. I'm not saying that it's not okay to get insurance, but if he's the one that bought the ring, I think that I would let him get the insurance on the ring. Why am I getting it?
Or y'all go together?
Right. Like I wouldn't be going on my own with my fake ass best friend or a friend, co-worker, whatever she is.
Clearly he wiped his account out, but from what he said, because I don't know what's in this man's pockets, right? But he definitely does need,
and clearly neither do she, because she didn't believe he could buy the shit.
He definitely did need insurance on the ring. So
yes.
But yeah, so she's like, I went to go get insurance. I don't feel like there's any harm in that. He was like, the harm was my feelings. It was done to my feelings. Okay. So she's trying to figure out a way to, weasel out of this and, try to make it seem like it wasn't all that bad. And no, he was not getting up. He wasn't not getting up. Okay. He was not letting up.
You better go put on that cheerleader uniform.
He got in that. Child. And he basically told her, I saved up that 20K, boo. I saved up.
I can understand why his feelings were hurt, because it's like, I finally did something right. I've spent a lot. I've had, lived a life of doing things the wrong way. And I finally did it the right way. And now you're coming back and questioning. Like, I would have been I ain't gonna hold you. If Louie said, I don't even want to marry you no more and let me get my 20K back and maybe we can talk later, I would have took that ring back. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Even so, when he brought up like how everybody sees him that way,
right?
Just a felon, and then talking about when he goes on job interviews and stuff like that, because we've seen that,
right? Absolutely.
And basically saying, you're doing the same thing to me, and you're supposed to be my future wife. I said, ooh. I said, all right, Louie. I said, all right, and we know.
You know what's so crazy? I don't know why, because we've watched them for a while, longer than I've wanted to, but I can appreciate Louie's growth that I've seen. Because I wasn't crazy about him when he first got out. I was like, I don't know. I mean, I like the way he looked once he got them teeth, girl. Once he got them teeth. But no, I feel like she is very emotionally immature. And I feel like he's even surpassed her, where the fact that he can even communicate, like, this is why this hurt me, da-da-da-da. And I don't know. I mean, I hope they work out, but she's emotionally immature.
Yeah. Well, he basically said, you need to trust me. And she said that's something she's working on, but she did apologize and told him that it'll never happen again. And as of now, they are planning a destination wedding while Louie is studying to be a realtor so that they can afford this. I just love the fact that she's just like, this is what I want. And he's like, I got to do what I got to do to make it happen.
And I love the fact that, again, he's continuing to grow. Real estate is something nobody's really denying you. You know what I mean? Like, it's not as restrictive as you trying to go into corporate America. So I love that he found a way for himself. Like I said, I've always liked Louie. It's her that I can't do. So, but I'm happy to be done with him, and best wishes to them. Now let's get on to Chanel's favorite for real. All right, y'all. Don't let them name no more babies.
Okay. I knew you was gonna say something about the name. I can't say something about the name.
So we see Justine. She's trying to. Y'all already know this opening up. I was irritated because y'all know I felt the way about it last recap. She over here trying to throw this last minute party. She can't even get up. For real. And she, can y'all go set up? Can y'all? But you know what? I will say this. just sharing personal story. I feel it's wrong, but my boo is now at the point where he thinks because my son is 6 that he can now tell him to, send him on errands and shit, go get the remote and go do things like that. I feel that's terrible. I don't do that to my child unless absolutely necessary. But he's like, no, he's at that age. That's what you do. And I figure since she has a whole village, I guess they could help. You know what I'm saying? And did anyone else notice? Because I clocked this. Where was Mel? I wonder if she moved back to the East Coast or something, or maybe she's away at college. But because we saw the Justine's daughter, but Mel, who has been there, yeah, she wasn't. I didn't see her at the hospital. I didn't see her in none of the scenes where I was like, and we saw her when the grandmother came. So I was like, what happened between this time? Because even the other kids had flown over, Nova and other. So I was like, so what did Mel go back and did they trade off? Like it was weird. Oh, anyway.
She said, I need a break, damn it.
I can understand. She's like, y'all bringing another baby in this house. I need peace. So anyway, her mother arrives, and obviously Justine's not looking forward to this because she knows her mother isn't pleased with her, and she's not. Now I will tell you, in this particular scene, I did feel a little bit for Justine, not much, but a little bit, just a little bit. Her mom thinks,
you know what though? I always have, okay, but when Sherry said that she's a trauma ICU nurse, I'm not saying it excuses it.
You think she learns how to disconnect, like not be emotional?
Not learns how, but I feel like it makes you. I feel like it makes you
because you see a lot of crazy. All the time.
I kind of it made a lot more sense.
Yeah. So anyway, her mom basically, her mom thinks the fact that Justine is pregnant again is asinine. I said, you better use your words, girl, because that's exactly what it is. Because Mike told her he would get a vasectomy after Maddie.
Child, when she said that, I said, and then the way this man put up a fight about how he ain't getting a vasectomy, I said, oh, well, yeah, that's a real reason to be pissed. If he actually told you he was going to get it, and now it's not even up for discussion.
Well, all I'm gonna say is, and not saying that I think that we'll get there, but I absolutely think Justine should have got her tubes tied for her own health and her own safety. But you just better hope you and Michael don't break up, because don't think he ain't gonna have no more kids. So Michael says that he's excited about the new baby. Justine shares her health risks with her mother, which obviously she wasn't aware of. And I'll be honest, my notes say her mom doesn't seem too empathetic, which to Nels's point, maybe that might have to do with her job. She wants to know what her plans are if something happens to her. And this is when I said, every time I try to feel bad for Justine, something comes out her mouth that makes me just look at her like, are you serious? So she tells her mother the plan is to have Kylie step up and take care of her brothers and sisters. And so her mom is like, Kylie's in school and that's not her job. And she was like, Kylie's not going to be worried about science and social studies when she has her brothers and sisters. And I said, do you hear what you sound like? And how selfish that is of you. And it's okay. Your daughter is 18, 19 years old, whatever. I don't even know if she's hit 20 yet. She has a right to be selfish at this age and live her life. It made me so mad. And then got the nerve to have an attitude with the mama because she points out that it sounds fucking crazy. I said, this is why I can't get with Justine. Every time I try, she just says more stupid, and it really irritates me. And so Justine tells production that she realizes she has connection issues with her mother, and she feels like she's never good enough. And, she gets all emotional. And I can understand where that's coming from, but I couldn't even feel bad for her because you make stupid decisions and then you want people to pat you on the back and pacify you. And your mother, regardless of whether she's agreed with your decisions, and yeah, she might have been a little hard as she should have been, but has she still not provided for you, i.e. the house that you're in? I still ain't letting that go. So Justine and Michael get up the next day to go to deliver their son. They decided to bring the entire family just in case something was to go wrong. Mike's mom and Justine's mom are both in the room for support, which I thought was sweet. She's reminiscing on meeting Mike for the first time and how far they've come since then. And then she gets emotional, obviously thinking about her possible health risk because she's been strong this whole time. And then we obviously Justine, we saw her in obviously if you watch the commercials, you saw Justine is still alive. Thank God. Ooh, confetti. Justine has a healthy baby boy. Michael is grateful to have his son there. And they decided to name him Million Banks. It was so funny because I don't know if you caught the part where he was talking about Manhattan and he said she was the bridge, no pun intended. I said, y'all get on my fucking nerves for real. For real. And so, you know, Mike goes to share the news with the kids, and that's when I realized Mel wasn't around at all because all the kids was at the hospital. And then how dare you have me sitting at a hospital, 9 kids or 8 kids or however, sitting in a waiting room at the hospital waiting for you to give birth. Do people understand? I'm not gonna lie, I thought that was kind of selfish. To have them kids sitting there in the waiting room.
In case she passed. Or if she was passing.
They ain't look like they have tablets or nothing. They was just really sitting there.
I know entertainment tree.
Hey, I felt bad for them.
They got each other. It's enough of them to entertain each other.
No, it's enough to drive the hospital staff crazy as fuck. You sit in that waiting room. But they're happy to meet the new sibling, and then they didn't have to give us this. They really did. Justine and Michael then came out with a duet. Shit we didn't ask for. And that's Justine and Michael. Now let's get on to Britney and Kerok, because I'm still Britney. I love you, girl, but I was happy. I was happy when Kerok said what he said. He was like, "It's her." I'll let you get into it.
But at the end, I was like, okay. So yes, Britney and Kerok.
But they're in Houston now. I do think they're back in Houston now.
That was still a setback, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, of course.
So Britney is about to go back to Virginia. She said,
okay, but can I say this? I can appreciate loyalty. They've both been loyal to each other. The fact that she held him down
while he was out here and still be loyal. I can just stack money while I'm here.
I agree, but I understand with it. It's a loyalty thing between them. It may be a trauma bond.
And if you want it, then you need to do your part.
Bookie, I get it.
So you know, she said that she got to go back to Virginia. You know, she's already making the apartment in Texas look nice, and it did look nice. Good job, Britney.
It did. Britney did her thing in that apartment,
and we see what you spending the money on.
Mm-hmm.
You need to go to restitution. But so this time around, she's gonna be staying with her bestie Shayla.
I was gonna say you better go to that Plato's Closet and get that stuff for that house.
So silly. Do they got furniture there?
They got rings and everything else. Why wouldn't they? They got clothes. They got, I think it's like a TJ Maxx, but cheaper. It's like a Dollar Tree.
No, that's where people donate their stuff and they sell it. Remember, Alicia told us that.
So that would be like Goodwill.
I don't know. Well, no, I don't think so. Because Alicia, it was actually Alicia that told me about Plato's Closet. She dropped off her stuff and it has to be like good quality stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, and people buy it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if it's also furniture. But okay, where did I leave off? Yeah, so this time around she's gonna be staying with Shayla. She said that basically her and Kira got some ground rules, okay? Always need to have their locations on. Falling asleep on FaceTime. How old are we? Okay. And she said that her aunt is gonna be, stopping by the house once a week to clean up. Is Auntie getting paid for this?
Right.
You literally made her like, does she work? What's going on? Now her and Shayla's on FaceTime. Shayla's talking about how, girl, I can't wait till you get out here so we can go out, we can go party, we can go clubbing. And Kira is like, I really don't trust her for real. Okay. She's like, you need to be worried about your friend not doing nothing bad and staying on task rather than, hanging out. Boy, if you don't
getting this money and not selling makeup.
Not spending his. And Kerok said that he don't really trust her and feels like she's a bad influence. Then they start talking about, these tracking apps, and she basically says this is a security blanket for her because he's cheated before. We do know that, and he knows that he messed up.
Can I just say this? I saw that some of y'all hit the thumbs down button on the last recap. And I'm sure it has something to do with my rant about Britney and how I really got in her ass. And I just want to say this. And I just want to say this, y'all. For those who did, if that was the issue and that you had a problem with that, if Britney would have finished something, she wouldn't be selling fucking makeup and still not making no money. If she had, I'm not saying you got to go to college. That's not what I'm saying. You need to have a trade of some sort that you do, and you got to follow through. And most trades, you got to go to school for and complete it.
And it's the fact that she don't have one, and she's like, I'll start working when I get a job
and find a job that pays me what I want and inspires me to do what. Girl, bye. So I just wanted to say that because I noticed it, and I said, not y'all feeling away because I went in on Britney for once.
Well, he don't really care about the tracking apps because he messed up before. He's just hoping that when she does come back, they ain't got to worry about none of that stuff. Kerok's mom came over and told Britney that basically if her transfer gets denied again, they all gonna move back to Virginia. Kerok ain't going for that.
I was with Kerok.
Or at least he said that, okay? And Britney is like, oh, okay, so you just gonna leave me out there? Girl, absolutely.
You need to take some responsibility and accountability.
Kerok said he ain't backtracking, okay, and says that he sacrificed enough. And basically she said, she don't want to sacrifice going to work or not getting your nails done for $500.
And did you see how long her nails were when he was dropping her off the airport? They had to be like literally like this long. And they do them by length. And as I said, that's why she's spending. And it was just new. She didn't have no designs, but the length. I said that.
But no, sometimes she do be having designs.
I know, but it makes more sense to me why you're spending, and if you're getting them done every week or so, because there's no way, in my opinion, you can have nails that long and keep them from that. You're gonna break them just because they're too damn long.
She does. It's $500 a week. She could have been took care of that in restitution. Now he said basically if she don't get approved, it's her fault. Okay, and basically it was given. She gonna have to sit in her shit. But now she's talking about. She don't want to go back home. I'm sorry. Now she's talking about when she go back home, she gonna do nails, she gonna babysit, whatever she gotta do to get this money up. Apparently that didn't happen. Okay, because Kerok ended up moving back to Virginia after her transfer got denied again. So now she's, like Tree said, selling makeup to try to pay off her restitution. Child, I hope you ain't I hope, I'm done with her.
Right. And I don't know. And I will say this. I don't know if this was for a storyline. Because like I said, at this point, I think we know that we saw in the video. Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they were in Virginia. But word on the street is that they are back in Houston. So, but to your point, it was another setback because now we got to move again. And I'm getting.
And if he wanted to keep the apartment, that means just like he was doing before, would have had to pay for the place that they're not even staying in. And that means he can't even work.
That's why I said I don't know if they're doing this for a storyline because that doesn't make sense. You moving all the way back and quitting your job or not working, and now you might have to come back and find a new job. It just doesn't make sense, but it's okay. No shade. We love y'all. Thank you for your time. What Shawnee said? Thank you for your services. We done with y'all. We don't need y'all again. Okay. Now let's end it off with a. I can't even say a bang. So Kim and Joey, right? So Tatum gives the Kim the results of the DNA test and lets her know, of course, they're gonna say on camera that Joey is not Kaysen's father. And so, I believe she wasn't gonna say on camera that wasn't that baby. That's what I think.
I don't know.
That's what I think. So Kim isn't sure how to feel, but she's relieved to not have to tell Kason that his dad isn't his daddy. Tatum suggests letting because she said that she was sleeping with Joey and she didn't even know. So she kind of figured that it wasn't Joey's baby because she was already pregnant. She was just still.
Well, she's saying that's what that means. Now that she knows the results, she's saying that's what that means. She didn't know that she was pregnant while she was sleeping with Joey, but she's saying, well, now that I know the results, that means that I was pregnant while I was sleeping with Joey.
Oh, so you're a big hoe.
So
we know this. I'm just saying.
Why are you so tardy for the party?
Oh, I'm just saying. We all know she's a hoe. All right. So Tatum suggests letting, and I love Tatum for this. She said, why don't you let Joey go to his mama house after he get out of rehab? He needs time to adjust, and throwing him in to be a father, and that it might be too much for him, and that might end him back in the same situation that he was in, where he's clearly going off and smoking synthetic things or doing other things that have gotten out of his system by the time you test him. So Kim basically says she don't think that's an option. She thinks Joey's mama's done with him, basically. And Tatum thinks that, basically they're going to have a honeymoon phase when he gets out. And then, Joey's going to go back to doing what he do. So he calls and she shares the news with him about the results. Joey says that, it doesn't matter to him, and Kason is still his regardless. Both the kids are. He's still in their life, want to be in their lives. And Kim is just hopeful that Joey will change and choose his family over getting high, but clearly still doesn't plan to leave him, even if he is. And then we hear Joey call 5 weeks later saying that he wants to do better and he plans to put his family and his sobriety first over everything else. And I will say that they did recently share, or I did see, because y'all know I be in these YouTube streets, I did see that they came out with their engagement photos. I
thought you was gonna say he's still clean.
Oh no, they came out with their engagement because she's not leaving, and that's the set. That's what is ticking me off about her. I think she's been fixated on this man for so long, for her whole life, that even though she's like, I left my last ex-husband because of drugs and my kids, she's not leaving Joey because of that. She's always wanted Joey. She done over her cousin and did all types of other stuff to be with Joey. So she ain't giving Joey up. She's a real bad, distorted version of Melissa. She been sitting back waiting for him. Is you gonna let him steal the dirt bike from your daddy? We can't forget that one last time since we're closing out the season. And she don't care. That's what it gives. But yeah, y'all. So we appreciate y'all being here with us for this recap and finale of the life that happens after the lockup. Like I said, catch us next week. We'll be doing the love during the lockup and meeting our new couples, which I am thankful for. All right. And so yeah, y'all, if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that like button for us.
Make sure you comment.
Make sure that you guys are subscribed.
And hit the notification bell.
And make sure you're following us on all the platforms, the BlueSky, I had to think about it for a second, the TikTok, the Instagram, and the Facebook. And yeah, y'all, we will catch you next week for the love that happens during the lockup. Bye-bye.
Good night.